So, Brittany, what occurred with Brittany? Her death, as in who had something to do with it? What was the situation? I'm still in question of that sort of thing. Brittany, when it comes to her being found dead, I had questioned if it a rape occurred, a rape, but then she has a past history pertaining to what was it, aggravated battery, right? When it when you have a history and things pertaining to like aggravated battery charges, right? Having a history and such, and then you're found dead is to say, could that have played a part? Even though that was her past, remember, your past follows you wherever you go, right? And so, in her dealings with other people, that's why I question the death. Because to have something like aggravated battery charges, that's to say there was something pertaining to physical violence or something going on in her world, right? And could that have played a part in her dying? Someone murdering her. Like, subscribe, ID in the Discovery Channel. Yes, ID in the Discovery Channel. The links are provided below. Get that Discovery Go app as well as an ID Go app. You might want to get those two things combined and make them into one, and I'm a Discovery influencer. So, I asked that in my opening if Brittany was raped, right? Because why would someone set her body on fire to cover the evidence? This situation could point so many multiple directions in trying to see, right? So, investigators are still trying to find out after Brittany's body was found burning under a bridge. Your body is found burning under a bridge, and then she was seen getting into a black vehicle before her body was found burning, right? The date in which all occurred was June 17th, 2021. That was after 1 a.m. Her friend stands in question. I question her friend because, see, for Brittany to be a missing person is to say, why do you have friends and yet as soon as you go missing, they don't report you missing as soon as it happens, right? Uh, so when she was found burning, when her body was found burning, she was naked. Why would someone dump someone naked like that? Why would you, yeah, murder someone, set their body on fire, but before all of that, have them naked? Because I will question, well, did they beat her, knowing that she had a history or something of aggravated battery charges pertaining to, run-ins with the law or other individuals, right? Um, did they beat her and then, you know, dumped her naked, right? She was found with gunshot wounds, multiple gunshot wounds. She was in fact found with over 3 gunshot wounds, right? And her friend didn't report her missing for hours. Her friend. So the first thing that came to my mind when I found out that her friend didn't report her missing for hours was, okay, that sounds a little bit too personal. Maybe the friend didn't report her missing because that friend could have known who did it. And they were either the friend knows who was involved with her murder and the friend was in fear. The friend. Could the friend know who played a part in Brittany's murder and the friend was in fear and so that's why the friend waited? Or, because see, a lot of this is personal anyways. For somebody to go that far as to murder somebody, set their body on fire naked, have the body burning, that's a very, very personal thing. And so even your friends would know. Because I'm thinking if Brittany has some issues with some people, even she would have told one of her friends or various friends, right? Some people have situations like this happen and they don't tell everybody, but they might tell one friend. And so to me, once again, it's odd that that friend didn't report her missing until hours later, right? So that's to say that that friend knows something, but the friend is not saying. Supposedly, supposedly And I'm saying there's no proof of such, but Brittany was said to have been involved in a shooting which left bullet holes in the home of someone's mother, right? That is what it said, right? Could have been the possibility of why she's dead, right? Once again, Brittany was said to have been involved in a shooting which left bullet holes, yes, in the home of someone's mother. That right there is very personal. If that sort of thing took place and she was involved in that, that sort of thing would get you killed. Because no one wants their mother's home to be shot up, right? That's why her history is so in question, and it should be. So money of $100,000, what the money of $100,000, it was then demanded by a caller. That amount, the money amount. Who calls somebody and demands $100,000? Why are people calling people and then demanding $100,000 with threats of murdering Brittany and then telling people that she know that they're not going to see her, cousins, relatives, friends, all the rest, right? You threaten somebody over her, demand money, and then she ends up dead, right? So around the time of Brittany's death, she was wanted on a trio of aggravated battery charges based upon her court documents, right? When you are involved in like physical things, physical violence, physical abuse, and certain things like that, right? That sort of thing does follow you and could get you killed, right? Because yeah, I was like, well, she's a real pretty girl, you know. She looks like you can't really tell if a person would be or wouldn't be in crime, right? And yet for her, I was like, okay, well, yeah, you can't really base that sort of thing as in just looking at a person trying to see, right? But I said to myself, well, she doesn't look like, not seem like, she doesn't really look like the type of person who would be involved in, beating people, physical violence, Sometimes the prettiest individuals be sometimes involved in that, right? But to me, when I looked at her, I was like, she didn't look like the type that would be in this sort of stuff, right? So it goes back to my opening when I said, well, maybe she was raped or something. I was thinking that because I was like, well, to be that pretty is to say somebody would have wanted to be involved with you on a dating level. Maybe they wanted to date her, be involved with her like that. Maybe there was no interest or something. And so what they did was they raped her and then burned her body up. That's what I thought. But it's seeming like that's not the situation. So we're on investigationdiscovery.com. The ID logo stands in the far left corner. Live now, 48 hours on ID. Yeah, because somebody really, she had an enemy. That's what that was. New episodes, Body Cam, Season 4, Episode 3. To gain access is to provide who you're subscribed to right here, and you would in fact have access to that sort of thing. The key, unlocking. Unlocked episodes. To receive an audio-visual preview is a click right here for that. Audio-visual preview, click the play button and you would have access to that as well. Yeah, because see, enemies, when they kill you, they treat you in the most worst way an enemy could ever treat you. So, whoever her enemies were, that friend had to have known. Because usually friends don't want no part of that unless there's a rivalry. Say she and her friend had a rivalry or a issue with some other people, her and the friend. And then somehow she gets killed, but then the friend doesn't get killed, and yet the friend is involved. That sort of thing. ID Go original series. Because some people would question it. Did the friend have something to do with it? Recommended for you. Shouts out to Lieutenant Joe Kenda as well as Paula. Yeah, some would question that was a friend involved with that? Because friends usually report their friends missing as soon as it happened. Would I report such if I were in fear? That all that you would question if I weren't involved with it. Her murder. If I weren't involved with her murder, would I report her missing as soon as possible? If I'm involved with her murder, would I report her murder by waiting or not reporting her murder at all, right? Or not, yeah, or not reporting her missing at all, right? Uh, this is all about her. It was all about her missing from the beginning, right? And then the waiting to report her, and then the murder happens later, right? So, to receive a newsletter is a type your email address in and click next, and you would in fact receive that. So, dear viewers, let me know what you think and feel about the video, and may you enjoy your day. I will in fact enjoy mine, and I'm gone for now. One.